Hello, welcome to Cinemondo with Kathy, Amit, and Melanie, D54 for Daisy Reviews. Be sure and subscribe to all of us because we don't always double up our reviews. So if you're like, why won't you review this? Well, did you not see our review on Melanie's channel? So you really do have to. It's a 3-for-1. You got to do it. So it's like we're on each other's albums. We're like projects. So this is very exciting because Prabhas was actually in my town, which I did not know, so I missed him. He came by. I wasn't home. It was embarrassing. But he was here for Comic-Con in Los Angeles, and he promoted this movie. They had a teaser. It was good timing because a lot of people weren't going to Comic-Con. It was like there was a lot of fallout because of the strike, so it was perfect timing for him.
Wow, it was Hall H in San Diego, like in Comic-Con. Like I don't think there's been any other. That is the primo place where the biggest movies have their trailers shown. So that was absolutely enormous for an Indian film to premiere their trailer there. Like
I think it was the first one.
First one, and then that they had stars of the film there and all of that. Wow,
yes, it was
really
amazing.
really big,
so cool. Yeah. So now we have another teaser. We don't. I think it's just basically another teaser. But we have one, and I couldn't wait to jump on this and review it. So we got to take a look at this thing. It's got everybody. We have Amitabh, Prabhas, Kamal Haasan, Deepika.
I mean, it's everybody.
Who else? I mean, it's like a list of the A-list actors of India in this movie.
It totally is. Yeah. It's insane.
It's insane. All right, we ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
Hi.
From that alone, I knew it was Amitabh.
I'm Raya.
Yeah.
నీ పేరేంటి?
So true.
నీతో ఏ భాషలో మాట్లాడాలి? జనరేషన్ గ్యాప్ అనుకుంటా. సెమ్మయ్య ఫైట్ పన్నింగ్ నిమ్మన్న రేడర్స్ షూట్ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. మరి నువ్వు చనిపోలేవా? ಇದು ಒಂದು ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಆಣು. By any chance तुम भगवान हो?
अब मेरा समय आ गया है. मेरे अंतिम युद्ध का समय आ गया है.
అసలు ఎవరు నువ్వు?
द्वापर युग से दशावतार की प्रतीक्षा कर द्रोणाचार्य का पुत्र अश्वत्थामा.
Wow, all the languages.
Hey Ashwa uncle, wait for me.
World waits for you.
No Prabhas?
No, it's just Amitabh.
This is the character reveal.
It's a character. It's a character teaser.
I know, but I know.
There'll be another one for him, I think.
I mean, this cast is crazy.
I know.
And Annabelle is listed in the Wikipedia cast. I'm like, say what now?
What?
Yeah, we didn't get much information about it, but it looked great.
Well, it looked awesome, and it's curmudgeonly Amitabh.
Yeah,
and
curmudgeonly.
Well, I mean, the man is 80 whatever. Like he just gives that vibe in every movie now, and I love it. This was really cool, and one way to get around of how many different languages that this is going to be in is that his face was covered with like a mask cloth for a lot of it. So I'm sure that is, if that's going to be part of his costume, if the film is released, and I mean, you've got Kamal Haasan, so we know that there's going to be a Tamil version of this film as well. So, in the same, we were just talking about Merry Christmas, for instance, was a recent film that was released, Katrina Kaif and DJ Setapati. So it was released in the Tamil version, it was released in the Hindi version. So the Tamil version, Katrina Kaif was dubbed. So in this film, you have all of these different stars from all these different industries. And so whichever language is their own, I mean, some of them are multilingual. I mean, I don't know about Kamal Haasan, but, you have somebody like Prakash Raj. I know he does multiple languages in his own voice. He doesn't need to be dubbed because he can do Hindi and Telugu and whatever, right?
Yes.
But I know that Amitabh knows Telugu, so
Yes.
Yeah, no. I don't know about Deepika or Amitabh Bachchan, but I know Kamal Haasan. He's known as one of the actors that can actually, I guess, multilingual because he can speak all the languages.
That's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I would think it's going to be a mixture of Telugu and Hindi, I guess, looking at the cast.
Right.
I would expect, but there's definitely dubbed. It's definitely going to be dubbed in all languages, as that sort of title reveal sort of showed us. But this is going to be an extremely religious movie, because I'm just looking at the sort of story here, and like his character is actually someone that's referred to in like the Mahabharata, which I'm not too familiar with either. But yeah, all the characters are based on some form of Hindu mythology god.
Right.
So it is going to be really like religious, and even that middle thing was a Shiva Linga, which is a big thing in Hinduism. So so it's going to be I don't know, like it's going to be a very religious movie, but I hope it's not over the top with that, and it is accessible to people that are not so familiar with it, because even even in India there are a lot of people that are Hindu, but there are a lot of people that aren't Hindu, and there are people that are Hindu and aren't familiar with the scripts. So I hope it's accessible. I trust the team to sort of make it accessible and enjoyable despite that.
But this director I really trust. Nag Ashwin Mahanati is one of my favorite Indian films, a biopic that he did some years back, and also it had cast members from different languages that was released in multiple languages as well. And the fact that the production designer of this film is the one that did Tumbad,
I love that movie so much.
Right? I mean,
so
that's
good.
Be
oh my God, so good.
I'm looking up his name, Nitin Zahani Chaudhry, who did Tumbad. So that is, I mean, the production design in Tumbad is one of my favorite ever of any horror film, much less any Indian film. Like, just incredible. So
beautiful.
Some of these films that we have seen with mythology, I'm not naming names, but we all know which Prabhas film we're talking about.
He's trying to make up for it.
Like, some of these have been so clunky looking, just not good. And so the fact that that guy's name is attached to this film gives me a lot of hope that this is going to look good.
And it already does.
I mean, we didn't see much in this small teaser, but it looked really cool.
It did.
It's funny. It was one of those things I love where it's just like a scene out of the movie, it looks like. And I love that. Where we had kind of a beginning and an end. A kid finds his way into this chamber and he awakens whatever's happening here, and then they kind of leave together. Like, there's sort of a little encapsulated scene. We don't have like a bunch of clips. And that being said, this is the image they were showing at Comic-Con, which looks very sci-fi and superhero.
Right.
Then we have the poster, which also looks terrible resolution, but it looks kind of Dune. It also looks kind of sci-fi. And then we have from this de-aged Amitabh.
Whoa!
Weird, right?
That is kind of freaky looking. Okay.
Yeah, that's trippy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. So they're bringing some weird stuff to this.
Okay, do you think the little kid is Prabhas?
I think it is.
Yeah, I think so
it could
too.
be.
I think it is, because it seemed like he was been waiting for him,
and
now he's going to train him. He's going to be like, will he be like, Timothy Chalamet in Dune, where he has to go and like he's going to train this kid how, or maybe more like Star Wars, like he's going to train Luke Skywalker how to, everything goes back to Star Wars, which actually comes back to Japanese films. I love how they're kind of confounding us a little bit, because there is even like a Star Wars or things like that. They have sort of a sort of spiritual sense to them in a way, like they're harnessing powers. There's sort of this man who's teaching them the way. That's what this sort of felt like to me. I mean, I'm hoping, like, we're a little afraid it might be too religious, but maybe they're using it in the way of trying to enforce a sort of power they can get. I'm hoping it's leaning more sci-fi. That's my hope, because strictly because
I mean the title is Kalki 2898, so it's already
in the future.
It's supposed to be way in the future.
The film participates in a revival of mythical and dystopian themes within contemporary and futuristic artistic expressions. So I think that contemporary and futuristic artistic expression mixed in with the mythology, I think, is what trying to go for. A kind of hybrid. It's called a hybrid genre, I guess.
Genre. Oh, I love those.
This is kind of like, I would say it's a bit of an experimental film from what it sounds like. But it's a movie with a lot of money. It's 600 crore. It is. Oh my God. So
it's cast alone. Like, come on.
I know.
Paychecks.
I mean,
God.
And the de-aging. The de-aging technology.
The de-aging is going to cost them. You could just hire someone, Prithviraj, for instance. Could be a younger So we'll just put him in everything.
Well, at least there's plenty of examples of movies for them to look at what Amitabh should look at. Like,
That's true.
I mean, they pulled it off with Luke Skywalker. And speaking of de-aging again, when they had Mandalorian when he appeared.
Oh my god, yeah,
really
that was jaw-dropping.
Trippy, I know. So, what do you guys think of this? Can you give us some clues? Maybe you have a little more background on this, but we're looking at a teaser. We're blown away by the cast.
Comments below, tell us what you've read about it, what you've heard about it.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the scuttlebutt? What do we need to know? Yeah,
exactly. Tell us, and be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that little bell for all of our channels. D54 for Daisy Reviews, Cinemondo. Hit them all. You don't want to miss anything. Okay. Talk to you guys later. And we're out.